it's new till Tuesday. Alright, today we got the Tool Pro 100 litre sandblasting cabinet. Instructions: foam seal tape, gun, 3 spare ceramic nozzles, bung, big bung, power cord, thread tape, feet. This will be the switch for the light here. It's in the dustproof, waterproof, whatever, little clear rubbery plastic seal. I'm not sure what that actual material is. You find this a lot on generators covering RCD switches and whatnot. It just keeps the crud out. Other than that, little switch, little plug port on the back. Gonna need something to pry that. And we're in. So, as you see, you stick your hands in here, use the gloves. This mesh keeps the workpiece elevated, so it's not sitting down in the material reservoir. And in here, you can see it's got the siphoning system right down the bottom of the tapered edges, which will collect your material. So essentially, I guess you just fill this up with material, plumb the hoses in, and you're good to go. So the gun's got 2 hoses. This hose obviously is your air supply fitting because it's got your standard connector. So this just screws off here, washes either side of that into this pre-punched hole, and then it'll have your air on the outside. This big hose already has the clamp on it. Clamp it onto there, job done. Black Ridge sandblasting beads. 10 kilos should be enough, I'm pretty sure, once I pour it in. That's really filled up the reservoir nicely. That's definitely gonna be enough to siphon through. So, this is the setup I used. I've got the Tool Pro cabinet, then I've just hooked it up to my 60 litre shop vac, which is hooked up to the dust cyclone that runs into the barrel. Not that I think that was seeing a lot of action. I think the vacuum is more for just depressurizing and taking away a little bit of the dust. And then I was running it off the compressor in the back there. Best thing about this box so far is that it rocks up, you connect 2 hoses, you screw in the fitting, and you're ready to start sanding it. I've got these big old handlebars. They're off my lowrider bike. So I originally painted them green. I was going to paint the rest of the bike, but that's a project that just never ended up happening, so we'll throw these in there and then we can maybe rattle can them back black. That's the thing about a cabinet like this, because it's so big, you can actually fit items like this in there. With one of those little jobbies, you'd have no chance. Alright, it's gonna get noisy again, so. So here's the finished product. Not bad for the size of it. I mean, I got all of that done in there. The challenge, my electrolysis electrode. This thing has been sitting outside ever since it's been in the electrolysis bucket. You can see it's heavy rust. It's a pretty big test to see how good this can get bits of metal. So I'll set it up and we'll see how we go. Have a go at that. That's perfect. That really was like a dirty old rusty bit of steel. After like maybe 10 minutes in there, all the nooks and crannies. I mean, you're never going to fix the pitting that the rust has done, but that looks like a good bit of steel now. My thoughts. I managed to sandblast those big old handlebars, which, you know, just fitting them in there is a huge bonus. They came off this thing, this lowrider bike. The handlebars were, you know, big and obnoxious. So the fact that they fit in there is a massive bonus. It's very air thirsty. That girl there, which is quite the big unit, had to be running nearly all the time just to keep up. So it is air thirsty. You're gonna need yourself a decent sized air compressor to run this. I'm not sure what they rated at, but you know whether you got a good air compressor or not. Other than that, the material takeoff is really good, really good. Couple of issues I had, and most of it is just me being stupid, was when I initially connected this, I left a twist in it, a natural twist compared to this one here. So what wants to happen is, because of that twist being the wrong way, when I pull it over, it kinks. And what was actually happening, that was stopping the material from being siphoned up. So that was a huge problem. And the other thing that I was struggling with was the guard, the mesh that's there for when you have smaller objects. I had those big old handlebars in here the whole time with this, and then the last minute I thought, why do I even have the mesh in there still for an item this big? Rip that out, got 10 times easier, quicker. So don't make the same sort of mistakes I did. Other than that, sweet little cabinet. It comes with heaps of spares. It's got heaps of these window films, you know, like your screen protector on your phone. Got some more double-sided like foam tape, sealing it up. Came with its own thread tape, which is a nice little, you know, thank you very much, just in case you didn't have any. Pretty good cabinet. Pretty good cabinet. The gloves, I was sandblasting straight on the gloves. They're a lot more comfortable than I thought they were going to be. Since they're a one-size-fits-all jobby, I thought, you know, holding them, you're going to lose your dexterity and whatnot. It could be because I'm used to working in gloves like almost 24/7, that they didn't offend me that much. Using this thing with the vacuum, don't have this bung full, because what it does is it instantly pressurizes, and these gloves don't like it. For a bit of fun, I'll show you exactly what I mean. And fingers crossed we don't blow up the vacuum. Alright. Vacuum. As you can see. So, pretty good seal in here. And yeah, just something to watch out for. Well, there you have it, the old sandblasting cabinet. Tool Pro. It's a good one. If you're thinking about it, get it. It's a fun thing to have. I'm having a blast. As I said, now I'm just looking for stuff to sandblast. Perfect little, you know, looks good. I'll end up living over here somewhere, you know, with all the other tools. Just can't wait to see what we get happening. They actually give you a spray painting booth too. So for all your spraying purposes. Should definitely probably prime this, but then I'm going to get to use sandblasting cabinet in a couple months time to do it.